Welcome everybody, Drake Hawkins with you, and today we're going to be watching some of the stream archive we have of our Old World Let's Play on twitch.tv/clanhawkins. You can find the links down below to join up there and watch them live, or you can just get them here as I put them up in 1 hour chunks for you. Hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll get right back into the stream. Thank you. Alright, let's play some Old World. We're going to be starting a new game with our friend here, Kebi, King Nebuchadnezzar. I love that. I found that's Quill's stream. They were talking about that, and the devs are now going on that. So this is King Chad. So we're going to be playing as King Chad. His stats, he starts with trapping, administration, and rhetoric. Now, his ability to start with administration and rhetoric is massive. Reason being, he gets a particular bonus to the, is it the treasury? Where is it? Their Babylonian boost to the treasury. So the treasury itself, like first you get a forum and it increases your civic growth, and then you get a treasury and it increases your cash plus gives you more culture. So both of these are culture. They're great stacked together. Only as King Nebi here, King Chad, do you get the treasury bonus to culture. Also 20% growth in all the cities. Fantastic. 2 extra science. So lots of good from this guy. I really enjoyed him. I'm enjoying him in our Let's Play on YouTube. So there's some more structured play there. This one I'm planning to play aggressively, learn from what I've done before, but also I'd really like to spend a bit of time getting you guys to give me feedback as you will on various different things. Got 4 families: the Kassite hunters, the Chaldean artisans, the Isin traders, and the Amorite sages. I'm probably mispronouncing all those. I think I've got the Chaldeans right, but that's about it. Yeah, so the hunters, the artisans, traders, and sages. That particular type's going to be interesting because there's none of them that give you like more actions per turn, and that's where I seem to be short when I'm playing as Babylonians here. Culture growth is normally pretty good, but so the Kassite hunters party cities are likely to produce a lot of extra military production. They'll have a higher average military production, which is pretty fantastic. Camps and nets bonuses plus any ranged units that are produce 100%, or start with a bonus snipers. Sniping. If a metal mouse button on any of these things, I can actually lock the pop-up and then mouse over other highlights from said pop-up, so more strength for ranged units. So that's all the ranged units there are. Attacking trees. They don't attack the trees. They attack into trees, minus 50% effective damage, and attacking scrubs minus 25%. The hunt actually gives us a culture bonus as well as produces food on completion. Takes, whatever, I think standard is about 5 or 6 years to complete with that number of civics. And you get a hunt which produces perpetual culture again. So pretty good at growing the culture. These guys, the whole empire should be pretty darn good at growing culture. We'll see where we start. Let's go into next and choose our setup. I'm thinking we go with at least strong barbarians for sure. I like the agnatic cognatic, unless anybody has some input otherwise. Welcome everyone to the stream. For those of you getting started, I would like, as King Chad, King Nebuchadnezzar, I demand my council give input on everything. All right, we ready to kick it off and start up the epic of Great King Chad. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So here we are. Nebi K. Oh, look at that. We got a couple of spawn points right away. This is a camp, and a camp, and a camp. Oh baby, I think we got the good spot. Yeah. This would give us like more hill and up the north. This one gets all of these. This is pastures, not camps. These 3 are pastures, which are great. They're not as good as camps if we go with I guess we're going to be the hunters to start with. I like that idea. All right, hold on a second. What's going on here? Stream quality. Okay, why was the stream quality showing me a warning? All good? Is it graphically good? I was seeing Streamlabs telling me there was a warning. So quick rundown. We're Babylonia. So this is our whole collection of resources that we have. The first 5 are basically cash, and then your 4 I would call maybe mundane resources. Then these are more ethereal type resources like your science production, your civics, your training for your military. Luxuries, which are something you collect from a specific tile that's a luxury good, then can be used to trade with a nation, a major nation or whatever, to improve standing and status with them. What else? Well, we got this will be where our spouse and all this sort of stuff. We got to tend to this time. We didn't do that very well last time. Ambassadors, chancellors, and spy masters are people we can get involved with. Up on the top, we're gonna have more information about our different families and whatnot. Full unit list. We got all sorts of ambitions. We got laws that we can deal with. We have exploration and epics unlocked right away from the beginning of this one. So if we had a way to get another 200 civics, we'd be able to hit exploration, which would be fantastic. Scouts moving along on waters, movement bonus along rivers. I love that idea. You can also do the epics, which is great for a little culture boost here and there every time you hit an enemy. Science-wise, we start with these 3. Boom, boom, boom. And it looks like we'll be able to access only these 3. So we'll have divination, stone cutting, and ironworking. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go with stone cutting up to forestry, and then come back for ironworking. Although warriors are pretty powerful. They just don't read books. So, what do you guys think? I'm thinking we go with the Kassite. And we probably settle them, if we settle them here versus here, we can see how the border changes a little. We get like another tile in here and a couple hills and some mountains, or a hill and some mountains. I'm thinking we probably have to go up like this. Let's go up here. Let's settle in here. We'll go with the Kassite this time around. They are military focused, which is great. All right, we got barbarians to the northeast, barbarians to the northwest. This is a great start. All right, Scout, you come down and pop this point. Monuments of Law. Our explorers come across a series of weathered monuments lost in the undergrowth. Upon closer inspection, the structures appear to be inscribed with the laws of a forgotten city. What should we do? Send sages to learn what we can. Gain 100 civics. There's our first hit. Or we can gain 150 stone. Okay, so now I was just saying about getting the civic. But 150 stone would almost be enough to start a wonder early. Could we hit a wonder like right away? Okay. Okay, I got some graphics issues here. Got to check on them. Sorry guys. It seems like it's coming through a little choppy. Why is that? I'm gonna have to see what that's how that's coming across. So. Doop 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 doop. Alright, if you are in the chat, please let me know how it's looking for you. Because I'm having messages popping up saying something's all wonky. Let me just check the settings I can get here. It says it's coming across 1080p 1080 60p. Looks fine. Still screen. It's still screen. Yeah, well, it was just my thing is popping off saying there's all kinds of dropped frames and everything. So I'm thinking we go with the stone. Thinking we go with the stone. What do you think? Get that stone for an early wonder. I think that's probably a good hit for, you know, productivity and whatnot early on. Probably a good hit. If we can get if we can get a wonder right off the hop, that might be real good. Let's absolutely no idea. Wicked Hood, welcome, thanks. Our explorer discovered a cache of yellowed star charts. in the ruins. The former inhabitants must have been a tribe of great navigators in the middle of the plains. Who should receive these charts? Okay, scouts. We gain a scout and 5 turns. That's only 5 turns for this turn, which should actually be pretty nice. Or a great scientist joins us. I'm going to have to go with the scout, because an extra scout early on is going to be pretty darn powerful. So this fellow can go across and look at those barbarians. Okay, we got a skirmisher batch there. Let's check out the hills. Ah, nice. Now, if you notice, the little tiny pop-up right here when we moused over, or when we first saw a vision on this place, is pretty fantastic. It every time you first discover an object, I'm not sure if you have to be the first kingdom to do it, or it's just every time you first discover it, you get a little bit of a bonus. Might only happen when you're close enough, not sure. Aha! We've become the explorer. Nice. Already got an upgrade. So as our character, if we look over here, they've got, I can lock this in, he's got a cognomen. That's basically the story of his life or his achievements. And as the explorer, he gets 30 legitimacy, and his descendant, direct descendant, will start with a free 15 legitimacy. Right now he is, with 30 legitimacy, that gains 3 orders per turn. And a number of other things as well can happen from that. Where did that event go? Come back here. Homeless children? Oh no. So there's explorers discovered a group of orphans, homeless, and hungry children hiding in the ruins. If we leave them, they will surely starve to death. But our cities are on the verge of overcrowding. I feel like you're misunderstanding something. This probably shouldn't come up instantaneously with this descriptor. There's room in our caravans for either salvaged stone or passengers. So we can take some stone and become cruel. Those sort of tags that associate with it, like this is, as the governor, he would be less effective. He would reduce growth in the city, but he's not the governor. He's the leader of the empire. So that wouldn't affect unless he becomes governor. But these sort of tags can give some interesting answer options in conversation pieces, which is pretty fantastic. Let's shut that off. We will shelter them. Okay, I become gracious, gain 2 charisma as well, which increases our national civic rate by +4. It doesn't associate with a specific town, unfortunately, but still pretty good. Or we could gain child labor, which is actually a project, giving us +2 training level in the city of Babylon. What do we figure? The council is small still, but we will upgrade the council as people join in. We could go with gain child labor in the city, put the kids to work, gaining us a bonus to our training. We could become gracious, increasing our charisma, gaining us actually the title or the trait of gracious, which could be useful elsewhere as well. Also, the other families, we've got the one family, so the other 3 families become all families rather, become a little upset with us. Alright, I think we'll have to go with Still bothered by those pop-ups. I think we're gonna go with going cruel. King Chad here may start out on the wrong foot if he's going to be cruel, but, you know, he's a little bit of a rough and tumble guy at the start. All right, so workers, they let us actually upgrade everything. Now, a big difference with this game from other Civ-style games is the productivity. Now, each city, when you actually activate a city, these drop-downs here are telling you what this city is contributing to your national stockpile each turn. So every turn right now we're gaining 10 training. 16.8 net growth, except for we're actually using that growth. So that shouldn't be there. Why is that showing like that? Hold on. I don't think that should be showing that way, because we actually have a job set up. Yeah, that's weird that that's showing that way. That's I'm misunderstanding something there. Anyways, so on the left we got the 3 categories of possible production. We have the growth rate, of the city, we have the training, and we have the civics. Each of those is the productivity for anything, I guess the production, the hammers, the shields, the gears, whatever version of Civ style you're on, for whatever is associated with their category. So building a worker takes growth. Building a slinger takes training. Building a forum, the forum project takes civics, and so on. So if we did this project, the growth and the training would continue to stockpile for whatever they're used for. Oh, sorry, this is coin I was looking at. Duh. I was confusing this. 14 growth right now would not go into up here. Growth, instead of going into the major stockpile, would go towards growing more citizens in the city. Citizens can be assigned to projects, or to rather tiles that we have upgraded. So right now they're building another settler in the capital. I like that idea for now. I like it, kind of, that idea for now. There's another city site down here. Okay, good. All right, so let's do that. Let's get this guy to actually start. I think we need to. Let's go to camps, because we have the bonus productivity for camps. So let's get over there. He'll move over there, and we're actually out of moves for the turn. So we could actually spend 100 training to give ourselves another move. Not ideal. Our slinger doesn't need to move this turn, so we're just actually going to go ahead with getting the research. I think we're going to go with the warrior unit starting off, or the quarry. No, let's go with the quarry, because I'm going to need that stone for wonder ideas. Legitimacy, yes, we already have looked at that and talked about that. We can end the first year. J Berg, howdy doody. KV, great stream as always, right? Thank you, thank you. It's all coming through nice and clean for you? 1080, 60p, all that jazz? I don't know why, but my Streamlabs, the image seems to come through clean. They're gargantuan files. The image seems to come through clean, and I seem to get the result when I'm looking at it on my monitoring system. It seems to come out nice and clean. And everybody's like, there's no problem. But Streamlabs keeps popping up and saying, hey dudes, there's a problem. Hey dudes, there's a problem. So, I don't know. All right, let's end year one on our King Chad's conquest of the universe. All right, so as the Kessite? Was it Kessite? As the hunter family, they get camps and nets, 100% output. And we have potentially three spots for camps. This one, and this one, and this one. These two are inside the border now. So what we'll do is we'll actually tell this guy to go ahead and build a camp here. And the moment that is finished in 3 years, this settler will also finish, which means we can then put this citizen, tell him to work that camp. When he does, it'll culture bomb, if that works. That's what you do in a Civ. It culture bombs everything around it. So then this one becomes part of our territory too. So pretty awesome. We're finishing the settler in 3 turns. We'll get back to all the rest of that. I think our hello Slinger tutorial. I think our slinger is going to come. You know what? Let's scout the area first. Let's scout up and about this area. Okay, there's one dude there. There's one dude up there. Now, I could bring the slinger up. He's not going to get in range this day, but I'm going to bring him up to here. Aha! Now, I could grab that right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave him here, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I can grab that in a bit. It'll still be there. Nice. Some money there, some stone from over here. I like it. Let's head down to where we're going to scout the other. Oh, there's another barbarian. I love that the actual neighbors are barbarian. Straight up barbarians. Oh, what's this? It's wine. Oh, there's wine in the hills up the river, yeah? That's good. That's good. That's a luxury, I believe, right? It is listed as a luxury? Yes. So if we harvest this... Sorry, not harvest it. Harvest it, get culture for the city, which you definitely want to do with our scouts. And it'll regrow again. We can harvest it again in 5 or whatever years. But if we're using that, if we've got a city that's actually operating that tile or built on that tile, if they build a grove on that tile, they produce a luxury. So we get one luxury tile here to trade, one type of luxury to trade with another major empire, which is a big deal. You're gonna stop? No, you're good. You're gonna actually explore. I really would like to grab this, but I'm leaving this guy here as bait. So he will more likely shoot this guy than step out to shoot this guy, unless he's on a hill. No, he's not. So I don't think he can hit this guy from here. I think he can hit him, so he won't step out to shoot us. I'm okay with him taking a pot shot at... am I? Maybe he won't hit that slinger. You know what? I'm going to take it up here. Intrepid. Nice. Bonus, so we get more, another 10 points to our total cognomen. That's excellent. Expedition came upon an impressive paved road system. Oh, excellent. So we can get either 60 XP and 100 stone. Although I think we're pretty good on the stone, because this is a tech for free. Allows the production of roads and the choice between slavery and freedom technology. We don't have enough civic prowess built up in the Empire yet to do anything about that, but we'll choose the labor for sure. And hello, growing tension with the Numidian camp in the distance, and they report frequent meetings between Numidians and the other tribes. An alliance against our expansion may be forming. It needs to form fast, because King Chad here is going to kick butt. Send soldiers to end the plot. We lose... Oh, hello. We lose 40 iron. We have 250. No income right now. Noted. But Numidians get a little upset with us, and we gain a warrior. Or we can just get some XP. If we had... What's this? What is this? Send them a gift. Oh, we could bribe them with 80 bucks, but we don't have it, nor do we want to give those infidels any money. Basically, this is going to be a group that we're going to have to fight to take over stuff. And gaining a warrior sounds fantastic. Excellent. Use it for early combat. Well, he's standing right beside somebody, and I don't know that somebody's going to like him being there. So, we'll see. End up the turn, and let's see where we get with this. Okay. No, he didn't get the shot in here, so having this warrior is going to be huge. We'll move there, cross the river, get over down here. I'm going to actually wait on the slinger fight here. We'll come back next turn for that. I'm going to stop exploring there because I want to actually have a good solid look at this potential future town here. Oh, that's bad view through the... Oh, look at that. There's a nice farm town for you, huh? There's only 2 urban sites to it. Ooh, that is tiny. That's tiny. Interesting. We might have to get somebody with a builder trait to govern that place in the future to... Yeah, I think we're going to go with that one first. Huge food production, which will be great. It'll also help with the growth. So it can do things like settlers, while this one is doing things like military. Seems like a good option for us. I think. Again, I'm not the master of this game yet. I've not figured out all the ins and outs of it yet, but getting a little better each day as we try it. Now, you could get a shot in on this guy. Do we want to do that and then take damage from him in return? I think we go ahead and shoot him in the face. Next round we'll be able to bring the warrior in, I think. Yeah, for sure we will. So next unit up here, let's get a little more... let's go up to the west. Good vision. There's some iron up there. Excellent. Okay, let's actually hit the map to see where we're at on the global here. Okay, so I'm not sure if this gray area is outside of the map. Like, is this like terrain that we can't go into this grayed out area? I know the edges of the map are very finite because, of course, this is not the whole world. This is the old world. All right. Sucks when you get a site nearby, but it's really no good. Yeah. Have to chain it to, or enemies will, yeah. Have to claim it or enemies will regardless. Yes, they will. They absolutely will, because you can put, can you put a ranged unit or just a melee unit to take that out? -2. Ooh, that was terrible. They did not do much damage to that guy. That's very unfortunate. I was expecting him to smash him good. I don't think a scout can actually claim it. I mean, we could science it, right? If we walk in there, no, he doesn't actually claim it, so we'll back that up. As claiming, that was the undo button we were talking about earlier. Claiming would put our name underneath this, and then no other empire could pop in and take it. Oh, hello. You could have a nice quarry function down here as well. That would be a possibility. Man, you really, really can't move through that zone well at all, huh? Well, foresters would be good. Mining, not so much. Quarries probably be decent, because there's a lot of mountain edge there. And I don't know if they're on the same river yet. I mean, that might just loop around, but I doubt it. I doubt it. What is it, V? Yeah, no, those are not the same river. So we'd have to actually put a road, like, doop, doop, through those two to connect things on the... to officially make connection along the road, or along the river. Again, really, really poor quality size fledgling towns. Like, they're only... That's a 4, that's a 3. I don't know how much we got on these ones, but oof, not great. Not great start. It says zone of control in info area. Oh, good. Excellent. Thanks, Strayberg. So if I scout over this, ignores zone of control. Okay. And then Slinger has zone of control, so he would be able to claim it. And has zone of control, as expected. So the warrior and the slinger can both now... I'm so glad we went with stone cutting. I thought for a minute I went with the ironworking for warriors. But I'm glad we went with stone cutting because we managed to get a free... Oh, there's the lake. Well, that's just a lake. We managed to get... This is supposed to be coastline. We managed to get a free warrior, so that's really helping out. All right, you can do a bit of good exploring for us here as well. Oh, nice. What do you see down here? All right. Ah, lovely. Oh, nice. You can get across to it, too. Sunken Tomb. What is this from? Just going to pop up. Kelekoi. Castle Village in Turkish, Ancient Greek. Village in Demre district of Antalya province in Turkey. Okay. That's the inspiration for this. I like that little wiki link thing up there. That's fun. A series of stone-cut tombs line the seaside cliff. While most of the ruins appear to have been looted, many have sunken beneath the tidal waters and result of frequent earthquakes. Your scouts can secure rubble for valuables. Can scour the rubble for valuables, or you may hire small craft to explore the shallows. Well, we can't... Oh. So we could scour the rubble, or we could get a random free technology for 130 bucks. I'm going to say we get the free technology. Now, we're $7 short of it, but I can close this event because we don't have to decide immediately, and I could sell... I don't know what we make surplus of. Let's sell, if I hold shift, it'll sell 10. There we go. That's all I needed. Just sell 10 logs to the general market. Then we can come in here and we can buy this. Random tech is... Yes! Nice. Phalanx. That'll open up the option for the spearmen for us. Now these guys are weird. Attacks... Here's the thing. Like, look at this. I heard this in Quill's stream recently as well. Attacks forward at 25%. So when they... Oh man, this is so cool. I love this feature I found out. So if this guy was a phalanx and this guy was standing here, okay, if I was attacking him this way, I would also do 25% of my damage that I do to this guy would splash through to the guy behind him. I think macemen have like a swing where they do like sort of a rounded hit this guy primarily and a little bit of splash to each side, things like that. Like that changes so much of the military dynamic. But yeah, spearmen. Woohoo! Also, our worker's going to be finishing the first camp, and our first settler's going to be produced, and we're out of moves for this year. So let's. Oh, you know what? We haven't done. We haven't gone and said. Oh, there we go. Settler stuff. We haven't gone and said this guy. Oh no. This guy needs to find himself a bride. Let's find ourselves a bride next turn, because that's how hard it is, guys. You just call them up and say, "Hey, family, find me somebody." That's how it works. Oh. Silver deposit and a stone quarry. Nice. That takes out that tribe. Now, there you go. There's what I was talking about. It now sits as Babylonian. Any other major empire, or whatever, that wanted to take this over, could move a settler to these tiles normally, if I didn't have my name on there, any of one of these tiles, and they could settle, even if I got guys nearby. I don't think... no, I have to move again next year. Hold on. I'm going to back that up. I'm going to back it up one. Okay. Now, he's not moved in yet. So he's standing in a... Now, I screwed this one up on a previous one. He's standing in an urban tile in the city, but not on the center tile. The one that just happens to be called the city site. I'm not sure why the difference, but I think it's just the tile that says city site is where you have to stand. You don't have to settle there, but standing there controls, blocks, I guess, everything else, this entire city, from anyone else settling it. Now, having said that, I think we would need to pop down here. Oh, hello. We've stepped our first time on... Oh, yeah, totally we needed that. That's the way to go. We stepped our first time on top of a harvestable resource. So I could actually tell him to harvest. Cost us 1 turn, and we gain 25 bucks. Super good, because that turn at the end of the round, that turn is sold for about, I don't know, $8 to $10, depending on the nation and the situation. I'm not sure what the mechanic is that determines which one it is, but yeah, that's where we go. Are we going down here first? Let's look at our settler. Let me grab a beverage. Give me your input. What do you think? I think this new city looks promising. There is, it is river, and it's actually on our river, but I don't think... Yeah, with that Numidian tribe there, we can't actually get... It doesn't count as being connected. So we'd have to take out those Numidian tribe in order to have that trade connection for whatnot between the cities. We could also build a road, which we have labor force, so we could do that. That city has some marble options up here. We couldn't get to the silver yet, which is unfortunate, because that would produce 30 coin a turn, which is very big. We go here, and he would get access to the barley. We go here, and he would get access to the quarry for the stone. It's not stellar spots. It could grow to quite a nice city at some point, and we could really farm out the area as well. Down here, we only have 2 locations. One has a campsite here for horses. Or sorry, pasture site for horses, which gives more orders per turn. And the other one has an extra tile of wheat. So that's basically the shuffle. I'm not sure what goes on here, so let's have a peek first to make sure we're not ignoring things that might be vital. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what the options are. Here gives us a horse and some more trees to the west. This gives us some more trees and scrub and another grain field. Over here, we've just got the only viable options really are go this way. Gives a little more farm tile there. Go over here to get the barley, which is, it's not a luxury, right? No, it's not a luxury. It's just a food tile and growth tile. Or you go here for the quarry. That is quite a nice production tile. So, oh, it's a salt mine. My bad. That's a culture, money, luxury salt mine. So yeah, we totally got to go that one. What do you think? It is salt. Yes, thank you, Jayberg, for pointing that out. I just noticed that. Like, I think about the moment that you typed it in. That's salt. I was thinking it was a quarry, but the quarries are these. That's a stone quarry, which gives civic, which is fantastic to have those. You get a couple of those in your city, and you're cranking out the projects real darn fast. I'm thinking we have to go up to the old barbarian campsite. Right there. Yeah. And then possibly look to get this area claimed out here, like some more turf in here. Put in a farmer here. He can grab some of it. We put in a granary. Might get that. V-Salmon. Welcome. Welcome, Salmon. Or do you prefer V? Let's get up there. What happens if the city's not connected? There is a maintenance cost penalty for not being connected. Now, there are some that give connection automatically. I don't know if we get that. Some of these family archetypes can produce that. But anyways, no, they're the riders. Riders. We don't have riders. I think they have a money and culture. Yeah, I think it's money and culture. So let's go up here with it. That's kind of the council's consensus, I think. I'm going to probably spend most of my time favoring suggestions from the clan council here. You guys speak your piece as quickly as you want on decisions that pop up. Don't even wait for me to ask. Just throw out your feedback, because that'll help speed things along. We're going to build this camp here. It takes 3 years, costs us another 20 wood, but it's going to give us 2 growth in the city and 10 food. Now, Babylon just recently finished its settler, so we'll have to tend to that. We could go up here and gain 3 culture by using 1 move. No, we can't, because he's out of moves. Okay. Babylon does need some instructions. Now, We can get into forum. I love this forum. Our spearmen, maybe. So we got a strong military unit for fighting. It's 8 years to do it. Better than the normal cities, because these guys have 10, not 8 for production. Costs us 80 training, so 8 turns. It's normally would be 10 turns to build that. 6 for the spearmen. You can also see what it consumes. A spearman's going to consume 2 iron per turn. A slinger is going to consume 1 food per turn. Likewise with militia. I think the warrior consumes 1 iron per turn. Yeah, speeding up the game is going to matter a big deal as you guys kind of get into giving feedback here. So definitely pop in the commentary as quick as possible on stuff like that. Our growth is at 16.8 right now, so a worker would be 3 years. Also, putting a citizen in here would take 10 years because it takes civics. Why? Oh, it's because it's civics, right? So if we increase the forum, send a scout east to look for easy goody huts. Yes, absolutely. They're probably right around here. This scout maybe scoot him up and around. And this guy is down this way. He's in the thick of the mountains. So I think go south of the mountains because this is all super thick, slow travel. Yeah, I'm thinking we go a forum in the city here. This is going to give us +2 to our a project that gives us +2 per year to what's it called? To civic growth. So we'll go from 8 to 10, which means in future, this guy, for instance, which takes 10 years right now, we'd cut 2 years off his production cost, basically. And then this one is 5 years. We would gain, I would probably still take 5 years to finish it. I'm not sure how the rounding works. But anyways, we're going with forum first, and then we can go with treasury right after if we can get away with it. Because Babylon, if I middle mouse button, Babylon has the bonus +2 culture for having a treasury, per level of treasury. So theoretically, I'd like to go with that. Treasury next, and then possibly into the hunt. Again, it's a culture boost for us, and this city is features that. This family features that. The Kassite hunter family gets that in all their cities. Council is an interesting one. I misunderstood it at the beginning. Notice it has no cost. That's the kicker. Forum has a build cost of 60. Council has no build cost, which means you don't use up your civics each year. Right? If we set this as the primary, we would not be using up these 8 civics. Right now, the city's not contributing any civics. Notice that? When the council's being the thing you're doing, it takes 1 turn. It's repeatable, so you can just keep doing it, or you can do it for a turn. But it basically multiplies the civics and gives you money for that turn. What culture do in this game? What cultures are in the game? There's Babylonians, Romans, Assyrians, Egyptians, Carthaginians. Who am I missing? Greece. Who did I miss? I think there's 7. Who am I missing? Babylon, Assyria, Rome, Greece, Carthage, Egypt. And man, now I forget. I don't remember. Now I gotta check. Now it's gonna bug me. Okay, help screen. Cultures. Is it civilizations? Architecture, administration. Oh man, it's bugging me. No, that's technologies. I want characters? Characters. No, that's not going to work. What's the other culture? Families, councils, concepts. Oh, this is bugging me. Now, see what you done? See what you did to me? You've tormented me. Yield, specialists, resources, religions, projects, nations. Here's Babylon, Egyptian. Persian! Ah, how would I forget that was the one I did initially? Cyrus of Persia. All right, there we go. Okay, so that sort of sequence sounds good to me. This guy would culture bomb for us, and he would produce 1 science per turn for being a rural specialist. J. Berg, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate that. 5 months. Very much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Oh, culture points. Oh, okay, culture points. Good question. Sorry, I thought we were looking at the number of cultures. Well, I got that out of my brain and through my system now. Totally forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, first I'll do this and then I'll tell you about the cultures. This right here, as you add citizens, so these citizens acquired from growth, that's not being used to build here. So if I'm not building any of these, this 16.8 growth is going into the city's pool of 100. As it fills up, when it hits 100, it grows, not increasing its productivity, actually slightly reducing its productivity for the time being, because that citizen is not put to work yet. They go here, and they can be used to be an urban specialist in one of these urban tile buildings when we build them later, or a rural specialist right in here, like this one, who can become a trapper, who gives a bonus. Now, this is on top of the production of the city, of the tile. Right now, this tile is already producing 2 growth, 10 food per turn for the city forever, unless it's pillaged. Nobody has to work it. Okay, huge difference from a Civ game. This city does not need to grow. You don't need to build up and then make sure that your builders are only building so much. The faster you fill every tile in your city with productive improvements, the bigger your overall growth is. Total difference from a Civ style, from the standard Civ. That's growth. So that's where these guys go. He would give us a science for every one of these tiles outside of the urban thing. So right now we're making 20 science. This one guy would be a 5% increase to our total national science. Big deal. The other thing is culture that you were asking about. So when this forum completes, it will give us 1 culture per turn in the city that it's in. And our culture is I guess it's the leveling up of the city's culture. Like the city is right now at culture level weak. When it accumulates 50 culture points, it will upgrade to the next level. So the next level up is called developing. That'll open up different things. So these builders cannot build all the wonders. We can show the wonders here. They can't build any of the wonders right now because all of these wonders, oh no, some of them are weak. Never mind. We could build some of them. Some of the wonders, as you go down, start saying required culture developing. Okay. That is after, once you get the first 50 culture in the city, that boosts that. So culture will also affect, aside from limiting what can be built there, it also affects some other improvement options. There are certain things you can't do at certain levels. A lot of bonuses affect the city's ability and productivity and so on, based on the level. Like if this guy was governor of the city, he might have an ability that gave him, yeah, there you go, there's a perfect one. Prosperous. If the general or the governor of the city, which we don't have yet, if we have a governor in that city and he's a prosperous governor, he gets +5 coin per culture level of the city. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for the questions. What else are we at to here? Let's see. Are we at the end of the turn? We are. We got to choose our research. Now, I really am stumped here. Okay, you guys got to help me with the science decision here. But of course, it takes up your years to put it into the tile, so need to be timed right. Yes, it takes up productivity of the city to put that builder onto that tile, or the citizen onto that tile. Conversely, I'm just going to pop back in there while you guys are looking at the research. Babylon has... where is it? Right, citizens. The citizen right down here, Morris Michael. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Paulus for wood. Yeah, I think that's the way we got to go. Huge forests, we can mass produce wood. Citizens here give us 0.1 order per turn, so we need 10 of them before we get a full order every year. But they take away, that red coin is actually for maintenance. I'm pointing at the screen with my left hand. Does that help you guys? For maintenance, right here. Okay, money income reduced in the city by 4 and costs food per year. So this citizen is doing effectively nothing until he gets in there. So you want to kind of balance. You don't want to just sit there and go for, like I'm doing right now, and build up a bunch of citizens that don't do anything. Later you can use them to rush orders and stuff, but it causes problems and so on. So yeah, tech-wise, I think, let's see, cycle military units, idle civilian units, right? Decisions. I think I agree with the Polis. Yeah, Polis also gives hamlets, and a hamlet is fantastic. Urban building. Ignores adjacency requirements. Really? What's that mean? So you can make it... I'm not sure how that plays in, what that does. Anyways, a hamlet is a urban building that provides 10 coin and costs 2 food per year. So you convert 2 food into 10 coin. 5 to 1 is pretty decent. It's better, much better than the sell price. Upgrades to a village in 20 years, which is, again, the same ratio. Adjacent theaters and baths get a 10%, I don't know what, 10% adjacency bonus of some sort. Leads to forestry, which is fantastic, and a bonus card for a free settler. So, I think we got to go with Polis. The Polish. Get the Polish to help us. They're good at hamlets and trees and all sorts of stuff. Marriage proposals arrived from the Kassite family, the Hunters family, for King Nebuchadnezzar, the Intrepid. I like the Intrepid thing. That's fantastic. And the fact that he's prosperous is pretty cool. And a scholar. And cruel is amusing. What do you think of these options? Well, none of them. Just kidding. We can choose Alitum the Cunning. Now, our spouse is going to give direct global features. So her wisdom, her courage, her whatever is going to directly affect the output or the income of those categories. Versus some other people will not. Various other people in different roles do not. Let's see. Balusun the Younger will hold. I'll hover over these for a moment here. So tactician, both tactician types. She would be cunning. All foreign leaders' opinion plus 40 as the leader. She's not the leader, so she doesn't get that. Unfortunately, I'd like to see the what are they called? Your consort. Give some of those leader bonuses or a different version of the leader bonus. I think that would be a great improvement. She would have 2 courage, giving us a global training bonus of 2, and 2 wisdom, gaining 2 more science. Now, this is not static. This is linear. Or not linear, rather. It's, I don't know if it's exponential, but it's increasing at some ratio. So right now, because she would be the consort, she will give us 2. If I have wisdom, can I see my wisdom? I have none. No, I have 3. So each of those, now I'm getting 6. So that's fantastic. That continues to rise as you go up. This one, however, is vengeful. Plus 1 charisma, minus 1 discipline. She could be a tactician, or she's a tactician as well. 2 wisdom, minus 1 discipline, plus 1 charisma, plus 2 courage. Do we want a cunning wife or do we want a vengeful one? This sounds like tough choices here, guys. I think you build a hamlet next to the border, it expands it. Really? We'll have to try that. Indeed. It may need to have the specialist in it, but that's what I assumed. Alright, this is a tough decision, guys. You gotta help me out with this. Otherwise I'm gonna ask my son. Do we go vengeful wife or do we go cunning wife? Discipline would reduce the cash income. Usually don't have an issue with cash income. It's usually pretty strong. 1 charisma is pretty decent. So overall the same. The vengeful thing is concerning. If I upset her, woohoo, we can have troubles. Don't know. Gives you 2 tiles out? Really? That's fantastic. I'm not sure how delayed the stream is here, so. You guys got a decision for me, or am I going to leave this decision up to my son? I think we leave it up to the number 1 son. What do you think, son?
I always like the cunning.
You always like the cunning? All right, cunning it is. All right, decision made. Queen Consort Alitum, your wife. 23. Second option, since we have money. Well, sorry, timing. I'm not sure how much of a delay we have on the stream, so that if it's really badly delayed, let me know. So let me know when I click on the settler here. All right, so our queen consort is a tactician. She's cunning, and she is giving us 2 more training per year and 2 more science per year. So that's fantastic. 10% increase. I've been taking any wife who can be a general. Well, they both can. They both could, because tactician allows you to be a general or a spy master. Oh, that's not too terrible. It's not great, the delay on that. So, All right. So we have some units to deal with. Let's look at the decision yet first, though. That's just a tutorial for marriage. Okay. Military units. Do we want to? I think we want to go over and check out this other barbarian camp over here. We got settler on his way. So let's wander up by the Numidians and let them know that we're here. If I bring this guy over this far, that's his full moves, and he's in our territory, which means I can pop a heal on him and bring him up to 19 health. That's pretty good. Then we can bring the settler in. I think we do have to go with the salt mine right away. Now, who do we give these to? Mines and lumber mills. Does that count as a salt mine? It would. Interesting. So we could give this to the Chaldeans, which gives an automatic culture, -1 building for urban. They gain a free worker, and gain. I said they gain culture, but the mines output 20% increase. So that would give us, a point something more culture per turn. I guess it would be 0.4 more culture per turn and 4 coin per turn to be in there. Wi-Fi sucks, so you lag anyways? Yeah, that sucks. So who do we give this to? We have already the Kassite, and I don't want them here. It's a terrible choice for them, because no camps, no nets, and we already have a military city, and it would upset the others. We could also go with the trade people. Now, they're my least... the one I'm least likely to rush, because... trade cities, I mean, we do have a luxury there, which would be okay, because we gain, that's not the way, yeah, that's it. We gain more coin per population, basically, -10 to upgrade for hamlet improvement. Yeah, so the hamlet becomes a village quicker, like half the time. We get a great merchant right away. The caravans unlock. Now, caravans need to have another empire nearby, like another real empire. We can't trade it, as far as I know, with the Numidians. Also gain luxury. We have a luxury, so having that luxury in the city would improve the civic rate in the city. The other option would be to go with the Amorite, the sages. We automatically gain 2 culture, or 2 civics, 2 population, 25% urban specialist cost reduction, and inquiry, which we have down here because of our leader dude, so we can actually look what that does. Inquiry is I could have looked there. Gains a bunch of science, basically 2 to 1. 2 to 1, yeah. 40 civics produces 80 science, which is basically a free research in 4 turns, and afterwards it produces 1 culture in the turn, so that's pretty awesome as well. What else do they do? We get 100 science right off the hop to begin with. Where a great merchant comes to, I mean, so the great merchant isn't an object on the board. He's part of the family, so he's part of the, or I guess, yeah, not one of the families. Yeah, he is a family, so he'll become like a tutor side person in the family. He's part of the court. He's an a outer tier part of the king's court, which can improve some pretty interesting stuff. So if I actually... if I mouse over that, we can look at what the great merchant does. Will tutor your descendants, if not a general, governor, or a counselor. He can, however, become a general. Will join the court to tutor for the family's children. Can also be a general, a governor, or a spouse. Really? Oh, I didn't realize you could marry one of your great peoples, one of your great nobles. It's a tough call. I don't know which city we want here first. Now, we only get to choose, in our empire, can only choose 3 of the 4 families. I like how this game kind of forces you to make tough decisions. Do we go with a merchant style? These guys are working on faster commercial growth, very, very financially focused. This guy would give us the luxury bonus, or the mining bonus. The Asin? Maybe? The merchant might help for training our kids. I'm kind of leaning towards the sages. I haven't done them before. They usually suck as generals, though. Oh, yeah. Well, their generalship depends on some of their traits, other than just that they can become a general. Do we go for the big science boost? This is interesting. Per population. Now, I'm guessing that means Emirate is good. 2. I'm leaning towards them because I'm wondering if this per population, I'd like to find out what that means, because per population, we would assume that this science is when there's a citizen that counts. If that's the case, letting this grow while doing other civic things, for instance, would be very valuable. Per citizen in that city, but then the citizen becomes a rural specialist or an urban specialist. Does that reduce it? I don't think so. I think we need to try this out. Let's go with the Emirate. Akkad of the Emirate faction. Now, this place by default is making 10 civics. I'm loving that. I think we got to go kaboom, kaboom right away on that one as well. And then I think the inquiry. If we can get away with that kind of sequence, get a bit of growth happening in here, and they'll start up their culture right away, so that'll keep scaling. I'm liking that idea. We got a forum in 4 years down here, and we have 2 years to finish that there. So let's see if we can spend a couple more points. You know what? I'm going to explore up here. I'm going to use you to scoot up this way, and then up this way to look. Hello, border dispute. We've found the Thracians. Just off base population, but what's the base population? If you rush the city, you consume a citizen, but he's not in the city. So do we lose that population? Because there is no population that I know of for a city. I'm confused with that answer. Tell me more, J-Berg. Almost immediately after discovering the Thracian encampment, our troops are threatened by the warriors at its borders. Insults are traded, weapons are drawn. Our units stand at attention, ready to act in our command. What are your orders? Thracian tribe contacted. Now, if we paid them off, we could gain a wisdom. That would be good, because he's a young fellow, this King Chad. Beautifully done beard, too, by the way. He's got a better beard than he does, so clearly King Chad's the better leader. Purchase their goodwill with a gift of gold. We could get that gold, no problem. Take one of their units as a prisoner and a hostage. Thracian get upset. +1 citizen in Babylon. Become bold, 2 courage. Oh, I like that. Smash them all! Thanks, Wickedhead. Appreciate it. What does this require? What would this require? Oh, I would have to be a diplomat for this, and I am not. I'm scholarly. Prosperous, cruel scholar. So we can't get this bonus. That would give us the ability to upset our city, gain some legitimacy, and make them happy. I mean, I think we go pretty bold here, right? We're focusing on some military. We may want to get them some something to do with their time. Gain a citizen in Babylon's probably okay. They get a little upset. It does not declare a war. Or we could buy a wisdom point. But this is bold too. Yeah, let's go bold. Let's be bold. All right, choose research. Shrines, theater, archive, courthouse. These are 15 years, 8 years. Ooh. Ooh. The theater, how does that work for us? Theater improvements. The amphitheater is +2 culture, -2 stone. Enables poet. Enables hippodrome. That's the upgrade for it? Okay. So a poet is the urban specialist you put inside the amphitheater tile, I presume. Yes? Requires urban, lush, temperate, or arid. Really? I can build it like anywhere? Or does it need lush, temperate, or arid urban tiles? I don't know. Also important what divination unlocks. Divination unlocks shrines. So there are 4 types of shrines based on your civilization. The Shrine of Nabu. Nebuchadnezzar. The Shrine of Nabu. Shrine of Ishtar. The Shrine of Ereshkigal. Or Shrine of Marduk. This one is culture and civic. This one is culture and quarries produce 50% more. This one, Ishtar does +1 growth, +2 culture. And the top one is plus... Where is it? There we go. +2 culture, +2 science. What comes after that? Divination unlocks shrines. Leads to aristocracy and sovereignty. We could view the tech tree. So our options right now are drama for the theater, which would lead towards ramparts, opening up chancellors, allowing us to build walls, and giving us a free, well, not free archer, but it shuffles a free archer card into the deck, a one-time free archer card. Labor force we already have. Phalanx we surprisingly already have. Citizenship's not on the list yet. So there's drama. We can go back down here. We can get divination for the temples, which leads to aristocracy, giving us centralization or vassalage, as well as the ambassador opens up with that one. Down here we have sovereignty, which I don't think we can do at the moment. No, we need divination for that. So that would lead to tyranny or constitution. Down to metaphysics, which leads down quite a chain. That's the cartography for free, with a free trireme card and the ability to build triremes. I like the idea of going for composite bow as soon as possible, but it's not in the cards right now. Citizenship, navigation, drama, or divination. Actually, I don't think those are all available. Let's go back up to that. That's interesting. I thought they were all available. They're not. Okay. We could redraw. Choice. Citizenship. 15 years. Courthouse, professional army, volunteers. Plus 20% civics. Enables scribes and ministries. No redraw. Yeah, that is losing a turn. So you choose not to get your research. It doesn't stockpile and pile onto the next year? Because I know there is a rollover of science. So if you got a bonus that, say we needed 50 more science to finish up drama, and we got an event that gave us 80, it would use the 50, finish it up, and then stockpile the 30 automatically into the next one. That was confirmed by the devs, so I really kind of want to go Shrine. It does stockpile. I don't know if that passing does not. Should we test it? Right now, do we have any... Is there any way to know if there's science stockpiled right now? Doesn't seem to be. So this one, Shrine's 3 years. I think maybe Shrines. Some of them are pretty good. You know what? Let's redraw. Let's redraw for the science. For science! If we hit redraw, it says redraw text from the deck for the next year. Click to cancel. Now, none of these are throwaways, one chance only cards. And I think if you redraw and there's a one chance only, you toss it away permanently. So let's redraw, see what happens next year. So we'll end the year. We have 27 per year. So we'll see what our next year's tech actually costs us. So welcome everybody who is just joining us. Oh, there you go. Instantly we get to start at the beginning. We get to place it right away. Does it count as part of this turn? I don't know. A free settler. Or 200 stone. No! No! You evil ones! It gave us a choice of either 200 stone or a free settler. So let's think about this. Settler will take 6 to 8 years in our cities. You have 28 if the number is greater than 27 then stockpiles. And 200 stone is only once per game. Yeah, so is the settler. Look. 200 stone boost. Settler, free settler. Look, permanently trash when discarded. Permanently trash when discarded. That's so evil. Oh, can we redraw again? Yeah, but it'll discard them. I think this is so rude. I always go for these. I'm always like, I can't give up the opportunity to have something. I think we have to go with settler because that's a major boost to getting another city up right away. Baby, this is tough. If it wasn't these, if it was just pick a science, I'd go for the composite bow because those archers are powerful. Do they have sort of a... Yeah, the range 3 I think is their bonus. Not like poke through or splash damage or anything. Council, it's a tough call here. Do we do stone boost, 200 stone, which is effectively infinite amount, so we don't generate any stone right now. And if we build a quarry, it would be a few turns to build, and then it would be like 10, maybe be generous, 10 or 12 production per year. Yes, I do. Thank you, Simon. Our currently fastest speaking council member. So if people don't chime in, we might only go with things Simon tells us to do here. So 200 stone. I love this. I never like giving these away. This is the worst deal. Both of them take 80 science. No, that's not true. Stone boost only costs 60 science.